America faces big challenges: climate change, new diseases, technologies that change by the day. Our government needs to keep up. That means change, big change. We need a government that isn't stuck in the past. We need a government ready for the future. This isn't about left versus right. This is about right versus wrong. The wrong way is to keep doing things the way they've always been done. The right way? Well, that's what we're here to talk about. Buckle up, America, because it's time for a makeover. We need to rethink how our government works, how it uses information, how it talks to people, and most importantly, how it serves the people. The 21st century is here, folks. Isn't it time our government joined us? Right now, our government works in silos. The Department of Energy over here, the Environmental Protection Agency over there. Never shall the two meet. It's like a middle school dance, but with more paperwork and way less dancing. This is a recipe for disaster. Climate change, for example, isn't just an environmental issue. It impacts our economy, our health, our security. We need all hands on deck. Imagine a world where government departments actually talk to each other, where they shared information and work together. It sounds crazy, right? But it's possible. We need integrated frameworks. Think of it like a group project. But instead of failing, everyone gets a gold star. And by gold star, I mean a functioning government. We live in a world drowning in data. Every second, vast amounts of information are generated, collected, and analyzed. From the moment you wake up and check your phone to the time you go to bed, data is being created and consumed at an unprecedented rate. Your phone knows where you are, tracking your every move with pinpoint accuracy. It's not just about navigation, it's about understanding your daily patterns and routines. It knows what you like to eat, predicting your cravings before you even realize them. Whether it's your favorite pizza place or the new sushi spot down the street, your preferences are logged and analyzed. And probably how many times you've checked your ex's Instagram. Social media platforms track your interactions, likes, and even the time you spend on each post, creating a detailed profile of your online behavior. The government should be using this data too, not just for surveillance, but for the greater good. Not to spy on you, but to make smarter decisions. By leveraging data, governments can improve public services, enhance security, and make informed policy decisions. Imagine a government that could predict disease outbreaks before they happen. With predictive analytics, health officials can identify patterns and take preventive measures to protect public health, or respond to natural disasters more effectively. By analyzing data from past events, emergency response teams can coordinate better and save more lives. This isn't science fiction, it's a reality we can achieve. This is the power of data analytics, artificial intelligence, and all those other buzzwords that sound scary, but are actually pretty cool. These technologies can transform how we live and work, making our world more efficient and responsive. Some agencies are already ahead of the game. They are harnessing the power of data to drive innovation and improve services. The Department of Defense uses VR for training, creating realistic simulations that prepare soldiers for real-world scenarios. The VA is 3D printing prosthetics, providing customized solutions for veterans in need. This technology not only improves the quality of life, but also reduces costs and production time. But we need to go further. We need to integrate these technologies across all government departments, ensuring that every decision is data-driven and every service is optimized. We need to embrace the data revolution in every corner of government. By doing so, we can create a smarter, more efficient, and more responsive government that truly serves the people. Let's be honest, the government doesn't always have the best track record when it comes to trust. We've seen it time and time again, where promises are made but not kept, and where transparency is more of a buzzword than a practice. Remember that time they told us that the Iraq War was about weapons of mass destruction? Good times. It was a stark reminder of how misinformation can lead to disastrous consequences, eroding public trust in the process. But seriously, folks, trust is essential. It's the glue that holds our society together, the foundation upon which we build our communities and our relationships. Without trust, everything falls apart. And how do we build trust? With transparency. Transparency means being open about decisions, processes, and outcomes. It means providing clear and accessible information to the public so they can make informed decisions. We need a government that is open and accountable. A government that doesn't hide behind closed doors, but instead invites scrutiny and welcomes feedback. This openness fosters a culture of accountability, A government that tells us what it's doing and why it's doing it. When decisions are made, the rationale behind them should be communicated clearly. This helps the public understand the motives and goals of their leaders. And if they screw up, they need to own up to it. Admitting mistakes is a crucial part of transparency. It shows that the government is willing to learn and improve, rather than cover up errors. No more hiding behind bureaucracy. Bureaucratic red tape often serves as a shield for inefficiency and corruption. By cutting through this red tape, we can create a more efficient and honest government. No more blaming the intern. Accountability means that those in power take responsibility for their actions rather than passing the buck to lower-level employees. Imagine being able to track how your tax dollars are being spent. With modern technology, this is entirely possible. A transparent government would provide detailed reports on spending, allowing citizens to see exactly where their money is going, or see how your elected officials are voting. Voting records should be easily accessible, so the public can hold their representatives accountable for their decisions. This is the kind of transparency that builds trust. When people feel informed and involved, they are more likely to trust their government and participate in the democratic process. And trust is the foundation of a healthy democracy. A transparent and accountable government is essential for fostering trust, which in turn strengthens our democratic institutions and promotes civic engagement. Missions for a new era. The world is changing faster than ever. The government needs to change with it. That means rethinking what each department does. Take the Department of Labor. It's not enough to just protect workers' rights. We need to prepare them for the future of work. Automation is coming for our jobs, folks. The robots are coming. Okay, maybe not robots. More like algorithms. The point is, we need to make sure people have the skills they need to thrive in a changing economy. The same goes for every department. The Department of Energy needs to be laser-focused on renewable energy. The Department of Education needs to prepare students for the jobs of tomorrow, not yesterday. We need a government that is forward-looking and proactive. Power to the people. This might come as a shock, but the government is supposed to work for us. Crazy, right? But somewhere along the way, the government forgot who it's supposed to serve. We need to remind them. And that means giving people a voice. We need a government that listens to its citizens, a government that values public input, a government that uses technology to make it easier for people to participate in the democratic process. Imagine a world where you could actually give feedback on proposed laws, or vote on issues that directly affect your community. This is the kind of citizen-centered government we need, a government that is truly of the people, by the people, for the people. Fighting fake news. We live in the age of misinformation. Fake news is everywhere. It spreads like wildfire, infiltrating our social media feeds, news websites, and even our conversations with friends and family. The sheer volume of false information can be overwhelming, making it difficult to discern what is true and what is fabricated, and it's not just coming from Russia anymore. While foreign interference has been a significant source of fake news, the problem has become much more widespread. Various actors, both domestic and international, have learned to exploit the digital landscape to spread their own agendas. It's coming from your crazy uncle on Facebook who shares conspiracy theories without a second thought. That weird guy on Twitter who thrives on spreading sensationalist and often false information to gain followers and attention, and sometimes even the White House itself. When misinformation comes from the highest levels of government, it can be particularly damaging, eroding public trust and creating confusion. We need a government that is a trusted source of information. A government that prioritizes transparency and accountability, ensuring that the public receives accurate and reliable information. A government that fights back against misinformation and promotes media literacy. Media literacy is crucial in this battle, as it empowers individuals to critically evaluate the information they encounter. We need to teach people how to think critically about the information they consume. This isn't about censorship. It's about equipping citizens with the tools they need to navigate the complex information landscape. It's about protecting our democracy from those who would seek to undermine it with lies and propaganda. Fake news can have serious consequences, influencing elections, sowing discord, and undermining democratic institutions. We need a government that is committed to truth, facts, and reality. A government that supports fact-checking initiatives and holds itself accountable to the highest standards of honesty. Because, as we've learned the hard way, misinformation can lead to real-world consequences. It can shape public opinion, drive policy decisions, and even incite violence. Reality has a way of biting you in the ass if you ignore it for too long. The stakes are high, and the fight against fake news is one we cannot afford to lose. By fostering a culture of critical thinking and demanding truth from our leaders, we can build a more informed and resilient society. The best and the brightest. Let's be real. Working for the government isn't exactly seen as the sexiest job in the world. It's not like being a tech CEO or a social media influencer, but it should be. We need to attract the best and the brightest to public service. That means paying them a decent wage, offering them good benefits, and creating a work environment that is challenging, rewarding, and dare I say, fun? Yes, fun. Because who doesn't love a good spreadsheet? We need to ditch the old, bureaucratic image of government. We need to show young people that working for the government can be a fulfilling and impactful career. We need to make government cool again, or at least, not totally lame. A united front. The challenges we face are too big for any one department to handle alone. We need a government that works together, a government that breaks down silos and embraces collaboration. Imagine a world where the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Health and Human Services, and FEMA actually work together seamlessly during a natural disaster. Instead of the usual mess, we might actually save some lives and prevent billions of dollars in damage. This is the power of interdepartmental cooperation. It's about putting aside egos and turf wars and focusing on the greater good. It's about working together to create a better future for all Americans. And it's about time. As we envision a future where our government works seamlessly and effectively, we need your support to spread these ideas. Please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your friends. Together we can inspire change and build a better tomorrow.